Talk about a sticker shock. The average price of a new car has gone up 12% the past year. Hoping to buy a gaming console for Christmas? Good luck finding one. And Apple might have to slash its brand new iPhone 13 production by up to 10 million phones. What's happening? It all comes down to a chip crunch. They're also called semiconductors, and there's a massive shortage.
You can sort of think about semiconductors as like the brains that power pretty much everything you use every day.
Stacy Rasgon is a semiconductor analyst. He paints a grim picture of what life would be like without these brainy chips.
There's no cars, there's no planes, there's no refrigeration, there's no air conditioning, there's no television, there's no communication, there's no satellites, like there's nothing.
But life with too few chips, that's the world we're living in now. And no one is more impacted than the auto industry. The chip shortage is expected to cost it $210 billion in revenue this year. Supply chain expert Patrick Penfield explains how it's somewhat self-inflicted.
When COVID first hit in March and April of last year, the car manufacturers actually canceled a whole bunch of orders for semiconductor chips. And then when their demand picked up in June or July, they tried to reorder.
But by then, he says they had to go to the back of the line. And that line was a lot longer than normal.
Demand is absolutely off the charts.
So it's just more demand than we've ever seen.
Also because of COVID, when people started staying home, they bought more electronics, upgraded their systems. So a lot more money was spent on things that need chips. And now lead times, that's the time it takes from when a company orders semiconductors to when they get it in hand. That's gone from under a few months to nearly half a year. That's why experts say this shortage isn't ending anytime soon.
I don't see till like maybe the end of 2023, maybe the start of 2024, a long time. And part of it is because the demand keeps growing. And so we just can't build enough capacity to be able to meet demand right now.
So if this has been a problem since 2020, why haven't we already built up capacity to fix it?
You don't like dig a hole and throw $20 billion into it and then sit around and wait for customers to show up. You build out capacity as you see demand.
Today, about 75% of the world's chip manufacturing happens in Asia, whereas the US accounts for just 12%.
So I'm hopeful that the big lesson learned here is that in the United States that we produce more of our own chips. So that way we can shorten lead times and be a little more self-sufficient versus dependent on other countries in the world to produce chips for us.
But because it can take a year or more to even build a semiconductor foundry, we're in this mess for a while. And the impact has spread from mostly autos to all types of electronics, just in time for the holidays.
So cell phones, laptops, any type of electronics that you're going to want to buy for your kids, PlayStations, they're going to be limited in supply.
What product have you been trying to buy, but you just can't find? Let me know in the comments.